Hallo mitten, hi on the show, Kyla La Grange. Hi Kyla.
Hello.
So you're international artist, right? When you see your mother, she come from South Africa, your father from Zimbabwe, now you're in Luxembourg, and your name is quite French.
Yeah, I think actually my La Grange, that side of the family originally came from Switzerland.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, yesterday you played in Switzerland.
Yeah,
so.
we did. Yeah.
But you can't speak any French.
No, I wish I could. My parents can both speak Afrikaans fluently. So if they could have brought me and my brother up to speak Dutch, I guess, but they didn't. They must have forgotten.
So you just speak English for now?
Yeah, boring and really disappointing.
Do you also have other influences than your music? For example, I don't know, from special people or movies, or where do you take your influences?
I'm really bad at watching films. I hardly ever watch films. I can only watch comedies. If I watch other films, it makes me feel sad. So I I hardly ever watch films. But I love photography and I love art. So I like going to galleries. But I don't think I ever get inspired to write songs from those things. I think songs for me are always just about like personal experience, just from life and the emotions you feel in your life.
When you like galleries, we have many galleries in Luxembourg, and I saw that you have no concert now for 1 week, or isn't it right?
Yeah, no, we have. Well, I think we're off to Denmark and Sweden next week. Yeah.
So okay, that you have now, you can take a few days off. You can stay in Luxembourg.
I wish. Unfortunately, I have to be back in the studio in London. But otherwise, I would.
Yeah, so you have to come back.
Yeah.
You began songwriting when you were 15 years old. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I was writing little things before then, but I think 15 when my parents got me an acoustic guitar, so that was the first time I properly tried to write songs.
Quite of a complicated age for people. 15 years old, when others are in their find yourself phase, you decided to make music, or was that also your own find yourself phase?
I think to be honest, I think most people are finding themselves their whole lives. I mean, I don't think it's limited to when you're a teenager. Probably when you're a teenager, actually, you're really bad at finding yourself because you think you know everything, but you know nothing. So it's a good time to write songs, but also you do end up with a lot of really terrible songs.
You just said before that you wrote songs about also that time, also Cut Your Teeth is a little bit about that time, when you have problems, when you're growing up, isn't it?
Yeah, Cut Your Teeth is about a kid being told off and having to go out into the world and like deal with the world on their own terms for the first time. That feeling you had when you were a kid and you didn't feel completely equipped. That's why, I don't know if you have the same phrase here, but cut your teeth in English means to do something for the first time. So you cut your teeth on something, it means you try something for the first time. And so that song is about when you don't feel fully equipped to deal with the world on your own, but you have to go out there and deal with it, and then you come back home and everything feels different because you've gone through these experiences.
So Kyla, do you also listen to this type of music, like you heard hip-hop or?
I like pop music, yeah.
Okay.
I really like a lot of sort of Rihanna and Katy Perry and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
okay.
I love pop music. But I mean, I also love I don't just like one thing.
You like everything.
Yeah.
Cut Your Teeth is now your second album. You worked with a well-known British producer and DJ, Jack Wobb. In what measure was he responsible? We spoke just before about the change of your style. In what measure was he responsible for that?
I don't think he was at all responsible for the change of style, but he definitely helped me completely bring it all to life, because I basically knew what I wanted for the album and I had all the demos on my computer. But then James is just so good at just like creating sounds, and he works so quickly with beats and bass and stuff that I'm not so good at. So he was brilliant at just like filling out the picture and bringing it and making it into sort of everything that I wanted it to be. And I don't think I've ever had such a productive, creative relationship with anyone. He just totally got it from the first day I said.
But when you wrote the lyrics for Cut Your Teeth, for example, do you have before you start with the lyrics, or do you start with the beats and with the idea of the sound?
With Cut Your Teeth, I actually weirdly, having said that about the keyboard, weirdly Cut Your Teeth I wrote on the guitar with just that do 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 do, just plucked on 2 strings on the guitar, and then I decided it would sound a lot better with like a nice soft 80s sounding synth. So I used a GarageBand preset, and then I did the beat I just made with my table and my stamping, just doom doo doo ding doom, doom, and then with James we just like added stuff. Like he came up with that really nice like analog wobbly bass, and he found the tappy glass samples. So we kind of just like fleshed it out. But yeah, I wrote it on the guitar first.
Yeah, when you talk now about Cut Your Teeth, afterwards we're gonna hear that song too, but also in a special version, also the remix version.
Yeah, so
was quite many people who listened also to the remix.
Yeah, well, we're playing both versions. So we start with my version, and then we change it up into the Kygo remix, because yeah, that remix is so much fun to play, and we do it in our live shows now as well, and I really love it. The first time I ever heard about the remix, I thought I was going to hate it, because I normally hate remixes of my stuff, but it's a really good one.
It's more tropical, huh?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
When you're on stage, or now also for the interview, I have really to say that you have like very quiet, nice and peaceful, like you are. But when is Kyla La Grange freaking out?
Oh man, I'm freaking out all the time.
For what, for example?
All the time. You just need to ask my band.
When did you freak out that last time?
I always worry about things going wrong, or like I get always for live shows and for sessions like this or anything, I'm always just want to make sure everything sounds perfect and goes well. So I'm definitely not someone, I always have to make sure that like I'm very bad at delegating or like trusting that stuff is going to get done. So I always like have to be very, very I guess I'm a bit of a control freak.
Today you are playing in the Rockal at the Floor. I thank you very much for the interview.